So I started to watch it, and that was, I believe, in between season 7 and 8. So I'm like, well, let me see how far I can get. So I watched seasons 1, 2, and 3. I watched 8 when it came out, changed my brain chemistry.
Supernatural has a way of like getting its claws into people in a way maybe they don't even expect.
You know, the boys always say at cons, like, this is the Supernatural family. That's a huge thing. And I think at its core, that's completely true. I think that this fandom is so big and we have so many people from all over that we truly can accomplish a lot.
The mother of learning. When he was reading that on a video he posted to social media, I saw this line art in my head as he was saying it, and that was the first line art I've ever done.
If you had to look at it from 10,000 feet, fandom writ large, do you think it is like inherently good or inherently evil?
I think it's chaotic neutral.
And that's kind of the thing, I think, with fiction. Like, we put pieces of ourselves in that narrative. And so, like, when we revisit it, we're like, oh my gosh, like, time capsuled from this.
Since the fall of 2021, I've counted myself among the hardcore Supernatural fandom. Supernatural, for those who aren't in the know, was a dark fantasy series on the WB and later CW that ran from 2005 until 2020. It still holds the record as the longest-running American fantasy TV series with 327 episodes across 15 seasons. Supernatural follows the journeys of brothers Sam and Dean Winchester as they travel America's backroads, hunting monsters. I am, admittedly, late to this particular fandom, having only discovered it after the show had wrapped. I stumbled across this obsession through a 1.5-hour-long YouTube video essay by a YouTuber named Sarah Zed. I personally love to watch overly long, in-depth explanations of shows or video games. Plus, it was in the midst of the pandemic, so all I had was time. I decided to watch her breakdown of quote-unquote Destielgate. Don't worry, we'll get there later. And I vaguely recalled ads for the show in question. I decided, hey, it's a spooky monster hunting show and it's October. Why not watch a few episodes while I do busy work? And now, less than 2 years later, let's just say it's the kind of show that grips you tight and raises you to the level of obsession. Okay, I'm sorry, I had to put a Cass reference in there. But as I fell for the show, I also ended up spending more time within the fandom of Supernatural. Referring to each other as SPN family, it's a group from all sorts of backgrounds, mostly femme-presenting, and very LGBTQ positive, and incredibly creative across multiple different mediums. So this podcast isn't about Supernatural, at least not really. In Defense of Fandom will explore the creative output of the SPN family and illuminate the ways that fandom can be an incredibly positive influence in our lives. I'll be focusing on Supernatural, but I encourage you to see similarities with the fandoms of other shows or movies or games. My name is Sadie Witkowski, and I'll be your host and guide as we map out the world of SPN family and show how, truly, family don't end in blood. We'll hit the road March 7th.